Hello everyone, today group 1 will present the chapter 1 in overview. In this chapter we will have 4 parts. Part 1 project, part 2 project management, part 3 project manager, and part 4 process and constraint. Now we will go to part 1. Firstly, I have a question for everyone. What is a project?
What is a project? Before answering that, it might be best to say what a project is not. A project is not those everyday tasks which you do at work, such as answering the phone, making coffee, replying to emails, or writing reports for your boss. It's not even those regular meetings you have every week with your colleagues. None of these are projects. They're what we call business as usual. Business as usual refers to all those everyday, ongoing, normal activities which keep your organization up and running. Think of a typical commercial organization. It's usually structured into different functional units. Or if you work for the government, you'll work in one of its departments. Whichever business unit or department you work in, your work usually has a narrow focus. So if you work in a sales department, your job is all about increasing the sales in your organization. If you work in IT, your job will be to maintain the IT systems in your organization. So that's what we mean by business as usual. Now, what about projects? Let's start by looking at some examples of projects. Developing a new smartphone is a project. Designing and running a marketing campaign is a project. Improving the business as usual processes and procedures is a project. A wedding is a project. So is moving into a new house. What characteristics do all these projects share, and what makes them different from business as usual? Well, all your projects have a start date and an end date, which means they're temporary. Even though sometimes projects are late, they will stop at some point. If the work doesn't stop, it means the work isn't a project. It's actually business as usual. Your projects also bring about changes to business as usual. Your projects do this by creating outputs which will be used by business as usual to bring about these changes. One such output might be a new product to bring to market. This might require new support and sales processes within your organization. Or the outputs might be improvements in the way you do business as usual, such as making your business processes more efficient, for example, moving from a paper-based system to an automated system. Another characteristic of your projects is that they're always unique. Even though your projects might be similar to one another, they always produce different results every time. Your projects will also probably be cross-functional. If your organization is large, projects are often global in scale. For example, rolling out a new email system for your organization across the globe is infinitely more complex than rolling it out just within one small department in one country. The final characteristic of your projects relates to risk. Risk is all about uncertainty, the things that might go wrong on your projects. For example, that new phone you're developing. What if nobody ends up buying it? Projects are always inherently more risky than business as usual because on projects you're often doing things for the first time, whereas when you do business as usual, you're usually just repeating all the normal everyday work. So, we've now looked at the characteristics of both business as usual and projects.
However, we think the project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create an unique product, service, or results. Projects are different from operation in that they and when their objectives have been reached or the project has been terminated. The next part is project management. Project management is the application of knowledge, skill, tools, and technical to project activities to meet a project requirement. Project managers must strive not only to meet specific scope, time, cost, and quality goals of projects. They must also facilitate the entire process to meet the needs and expectations of people involved in project activities are affected by them. Five elements of project include: first, tasks business standard of a project and need to be complete to achieve the set goals. Tasks are not about pleasing people. They are just tasks that need to be complete in a project. Second, is goal. What and why? The purpose of a project is the vision of that project. Can project target be general or specific but always measurable? Can they be complete within the allowed bucket? If desired, there may be additional metrics such as the return on investment. 3. Time. When or how long? The time is taken for the task to be complete is monitored on the schedule. If you expand the project, you need to add time and capital. 4. Cost. How much some the capitalized cost such as the raw material cost, effect revenue due to future depreciation. Project cost can be hard costs, for example, consulting cost or shop cost or for staff cost. Cost calculation can be complex and any project requires professional accountants. And the last quality goal of projects. Who? If you know what responsibility to perform, the management will know. If the management knows, they will observe, and when they observe, you will obviously have to do your work. Part 3. Project managers. Project managers must work closely with the other stakeholders on a project, especially the sponsor and project team. Project managers must have varieties of skills. For example, lead the team, achieving project objectives, apply tools and techniques, and many project processes. So the managers role is very important. What is the responsibility of the project managers? I think it includes firstly plan and organize the work. Secondly, identify potential stakeholders. Thirdly, manage the day-to-day activities of a project. And lastly, deliver deliver the project deliverable to the silent. Okay, and the last part, process and cost chain. Firstly, process. The project management process consists of five basic steps: initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, and controlling, and closing. Okay, and let's learn about 10 areas for project management nowadays. They are project scope management, time, cost, quality, communication, risks, human resources, procurement, stakeholder, and integration. Secondly, constraint. Project constraint can include constraint on time, cost, risk, scope, quality, resources, customer, and other certification. Project constraints have assessed competitive needs as a priority of each constraint is managed. Changing each constraint can have an impact on other project constraints. Scope object, achieving what? Target on time, how much time? And cost target, how much will it cost? Okay. Usually participants include firstly project managers, secondly technical team leader, thirdly the team leader, fourthly deployment groups, fifthly customer, and the next user, and the last supplier. This is a presentation of group 1. Thank you for your listening. Please give your comment if you are not satisfied with our presentation. Thank you.